Hi Libras, welcome to your extended reading for the month of October 2023. So October for Libras, we're in Libra season, so happy birthday to all my Libra listeners. So September was a lot about shadow work for a lot of people, and I hope you did your shadow work. If you didn't, it's never too late to do your shadow work. I will be uploading some videos regarding shadow work, so please do subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot so you get notifications of when those videos pop up. But a quick little hint for you is whatever your rising sign is, see what the opposite sign of your rising sign is, and then you can get some hints to the shadow traits that we might be overlooking. But like I said, with September, our shadow side was really, there was a lot of attention brought to us, whether or not we wanted to face it or not, okay? And what I love about October astrologically for Libras is it's really saying embracing that shadow side, that dark side, okay? And knowing that we don't have to be afraid of showing other people it. And what's amazing about this is the opportunities that are gonna come, okay? And I mean, this to me is that judgment era. So Capricorn paradigm crumbling, the star representing that judgment era coming in, all of us liberating ourselves, lifting ourselves up, Libra air, lifting ourselves up into the air, okay, Libras? So a lot of the energy of the people pleasing, and I mean, not saying, you know, you obviously want to keep things in balance, but the overextending ourselves, it's going to come to a halt if we embrace our shadow side in October, Libras, okay? So a lot happening. We have Pluto turning direct on 10/10. I love this synchronicity. Pluto is slow moving, but we are going to see some movement with that turning direct. We already had Mercury go direct in the middle of September, so we're feeling that forward moving energy. And then Pluto direct is really going to be, I feel like, that shift where we stop fearing the shadow and really incorporate it into our lives. And then when we incorporate it into our lives, we're going to see how it really benefits us. And, you know, with our relationships too, because that's the thing, is a lot of us hide our shadow from people because we, you know, think it's something that we need to change or get rid of. And that is actually the opposite of what we need to be doing, okay? So protecting yourself, yes, okay. Interesting that this popped out, because our shadow wants to protect us, right? And it thinks that it needs to stay in the comforts of what it knows, okay? And part of that, you know, then the fear of what we don't know, the fear of allowing people to see this part of ourselves that we were told we shouldn't show, okay? All this comes from childhood, but all this is about shining our inner light, all right? The Queen of Swords, she protects herself, but she's not afraid of expressing her emotions, all right? And what's interesting about this too is the Queen of Swords representing how you can allow your experiences to inform your decisions. This is embracing the things that happened to us in our past, in a manner of embracing our shadow, okay? Because our shadow is simply what happens to us because of how we are conditioned in those early ages of development. And then our shadow continues to grow. We project our shadow onto other people when we don't face it. So if we do the shadow work, we're going to see the liberation and the confidence and the power of incorporating our shadow. The Queen of Swords definitely is a queen who not only knows her shadow, but embraces it, okay? Because some people see her as cold or, you know, distant, but she's just protecting herself. She's actually a very loving queen, okay? And so what I love about this too is I love looking at Nylon's monthly astrology, and they bring up the fact that Doja Cat is a Libra, and this new album of hers is showing the dualities of that really dark, raw version of yourself, okay? And so don't be afraid of showing yourself exactly who you are, okay? Let the shadow come out because it's meant to. And again, it's about liberating ourselves, okay? So that we can step into the judgment era. And that paradigm is, you know, the 3D world is going to change, like how we look at it. And a lot of it too, connected to how we look at the financial world, okay? But yes, Pluto direct. And then after that, we have, in Libra season, we have that solar eclipse in the middle of the month in Libra. Okay, this is going to be life-changing for a lot of people. And obviously, especially Libras, you're going to be strongly connected to this. It is that shift into the positives of Libra energy, of justice, balancing the scales. Okay, so much of this is about balancing the scales again. Okay, and new ways of thinking. All right, new ideas on how we balance those scales. And again, part of that is embracing your shadow, Libra. So really do some work on that, and embrace whatever tower moment's coming, okay? Because we are going to get it's like a feeling of a fresh start. But like I said, I do think that this tower moment that's happening, that keeps popping up, is more based on a global tower moment. And like I said, I don't remember which sign this is in, but I'm pretty sure the Wall Street collapse happened in October. But it's that kind of energy is giving off. But nothing to fear, okay? If you're aligned in the right energy, there's nothing to fear. We need things to end for us to grow and nurture our inner light shining exactly how we want it to. Okay, so if anything is like pulling you back into the comforts of your shadow having power and keeping you safe and confined into this, and I'm getting this identity that other people see you as, and it's not who you are inside, don't fear the shadow, because if we do, it's gonna hinder our success. It's gonna hinder us moving forward. It's gonna hinder new financial opportunities. People, when you show yourself exactly who you are, the opportunities are gonna really come flowing in for you, Libras, and I love that. So then, okay, we have the solar eclipse, going to be huge, life-changing. Libra related to, you know, this concept of community, really getting out in your community, which I love, and seeing your power. All right, the influence you can have on your community is going to be life-changing. And financially changing too, okay? So again, that's like getting rid of that idea of the old paradigm of how money, you know, works, the give and take of money. That's all going to have some clarity in the month of October. But yeah, the biggest thing I think is really having new ways of communicating and allowing your inner child to communicate, all right? Really allowing your real beliefs to shine through, because all of that is inside of you, all right? All of this knowledge you know you have inside. And again, like Libra's your air, so you can get easily distracted by, let's say, social media, right? That air communication. And we have messages that are trying to come out, but the more we distract ourselves by not addressing the issues we need to address that continue certain patterns in our life, the more pronounced those lessons are going to come, especially because of Pluto turning direct, okay? Now, yes, Pluto is slow moving, but it's the dark side, right? You want to embrace the dark side though, okay? The dark side isn't something to be feared. Like I said, like all of that comes from just how we were conditioned in our shadow builds. But even if you're tired, just please get through it, because it's gonna reignite your passion, okay? And then connect you to the abundance that we all want. And that abundance, okay, financially, yes, but even just abundance of time, abundance of positive relationships, you know, abundance of putting ourselves first, because Libras, remember, you tend to not put yourselves first, but we have to remember that it takes work, okay? Work and dedication, nurturing ourselves, okay, so that we can step into this new path. Yeah, I really feel like a lot of that work is really about us working on ourselves, all right? And so this is the thing too. Okay, so I actually, another tarot reader I was watching, and they didn't mention the shadow side or anything like that, but they mentioned it, just not directly mentioning it. But they were saying, you know, if you're trying to attract something and you think you have to change yourself, well, all you're attracting is the energy that you need to change, or you need to keep changing to be accepted, right? So you have to love it's not saying that you don't want to improve yourself. If you want to improve yourself, absolutely, you know, but you can't do it in the manner of thinking that it's going to attract what you want to attract. You do it because it fulfills you, right? It makes you healthy. It makes you happy. It makes your endorphins, increase. Your intentions of why you are doing something really matter. And so the wonderful thing about shadow work is embracing yourself, warts and all, okay? And that is when we attract the opportunities that are aligned with us shining our inner light exactly how our inner child wants to shine it. And that's the beauty of shadow work, okay? And I've personally been working on a shadow work journal. I linked it in all of September's readings, so go back to those if you are interested. It has writing prompts in it. I think it's been wonderful. I've had some really awesome dreams, very, very clear, vivid dreams related to my shadow, and so I highly suggest that. And like I said, I am going to be uploading some videos related to shadow work as well. Also, interesting that the Seven of Swords pops up because this has been popping up a lot. And like I said, air signs relate to communication. And then going back to the fact that the Aries full moon was at the end of September and we're still feeling that energy. This Aries full moon is about putting ourselves first. So there's a lot of forceful communication. And unfortunately, the Page of Swords can indicate forceful communication. Okay, because your inner child, again, your inner child, they don't have a filter. Okay, so again, think of a child. A child does not have a filter. A child is told to have a filter. You're told how to speak. You're told how to dress. And then that's where your shadow comes from. And there's a lot connected to the Seven of Swords. And whether or not it's us betraying ourselves or betraying somebody else, a lot of this energy that is the culmination of Pluto turning direct, the eclipse, the Aries full moon, all of this very, very powerful energy, we got to be really careful on how we communicate with others, okay? Again, speak from your heart. Don't speak from the feelings that others project onto you because of their shadows, okay? So that's the other wonderful thing is when we do our shadow work, we really start to see how other people's shadow is, the way that they speak, especially if it is that Seven of Swords betrayal energy, it's because they somehow in a way think they're protecting themselves when they're not, okay? Like at the end of the day, like it's a lot of just scared little children inside, all right? Yeah, but Libra season, huge. Emotional fulfillment, emotional maturity, emotional boundaries. And like I said, really connected to your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, Libras, okay? There's a lot of communication that's going to be coming to you in your dreams in Libra season. But the scales are being balanced. But they're going to be balanced the more you align with embracing all of the aspects of who you are, okay? And there's nothing wrong with putting yourself first. Just gonna say that, Libras, because that seemed to pop out there. But yeah, pay attention to, because like how you want to speak from your heart, right? So it's not saying, that's the problem with, embracing your dark side is if you do it from an ego state, unfortunately, that can turn into vengeance and chaos. And sometimes, we need destruction though for new things to come. But once we can do our shadow work, it's not so much vengeful, okay, as powerful. There's a lot of power in our shadow by embracing it. It doesn't have to be in a negative manner. So yes, please accept yourself for exactly how you are, okay? And yeah, we want to get rid of this energy. I think actually Leo's got this. This got like a lot though. Maybe even Virgo, I don't remember. But yeah, this is part of that Capricorn paradigm that's crumbling, all right? And Libras, if there's a sign that does not want to be aligned to that, it's you. Fairness, balance, right? Your ships are coming in, and guess what? Everybody else's are who is aligned, okay? But it takes putting yourself first. It takes the confidence too, okay? That Aries full moon activated us liberating ourselves, especially us signs who tend to be people pleasers and put others first, okay? All right, I think that is good for the pre-shuffle. So let us see what we have for Libras for October 2023. So yeah, huge transformation too at the end of the month with Scorpio season. So pay attention to that. But yeah, I mean, because something's coming to an end, we're really liberating ourselves. So whatever this difficulty is, it's liberating you. So please stay focused on that. And like I said, a lot of this is thoughts, communication, but speaking, not only speaking to others, but how we speak to ourselves, Libras, because the most important relationship you have is your relationship with yourself, and never forget that. So how we speak to ourselves, how we speak about ourselves, all of these things matter, all right? Wow, okay. Yeah. Oh man, this is so cool. Okay, sorry. I'm like getting really excited. Oh, wow. Okay, this is, it's literally everything I just said. That's why I'm laughing so much. Yes. Okay. Libras, this is what I love too about everybody's reading so far. Everybody has had some sort of journey through October that leads them to their energy. And that's the most amazing. Like, you can't see the hairs on my arm, but they're standing up right now. I'm getting goosebumps because like this is you stepping into your power. Okay. And like with a lot of like vitality. I love this. Okay. So your situation for the October monthly, so for the month of October, is the devil, and the devil is your shadow. It's your dark side, right? Okay. What was I just saying about embracing your dark side? Embrace everything that you are, okay? It's not saying embracing your dark side is, you know, doing harm to others. It's just not, it's not putting up with people's BS. You know what I mean? Okay. And not only other people's BS, but your own BS, because we all have excuses for why we don't do things. We all have excuses for why we don't face things. And those excuses, they're just growing your shadow more. Okay. You're not helping yourself at all. Just please turn around, because if you can see, he's so scared of the devil, but if he turned around, he would just see it himself. The devil is just a projection of ourselves, okay? And once we can face it and love it, we open ourselves up to all of this manifesting power, okay? So again, putting yourself first, okay? The Four of Swords is really saying, okay, first off too, make sure you take a break from media, social media, like any types of media that distract you from just focusing on yourself, focusing on your rest, focusing on enjoying the silence. Like, I love that Depeche Mode song, Enjoy the Silence, right? You need to spend the most time with your relationship with yourself for the month of October, okay? And again, we're always going to have excuses. We're always going to have distractions that try to keep us safe over here instead of facing what we need to face. But now is not the time, Libras. We want to liberate, okay? Libras need to liberate in October, and liberate to accept that judgment era into our lives. And that's what I love the most. But yes, need for rest, physical, emotional healing, and recharging. Because by the end of the month, like I said, that eclipse is going to be so, like, the light is going to shine, okay? And it's going to shine in your energy. And so when Scorpio season comes and we have this death and rebirth, we want to be ready for the rebirth, okay? We want to be alive and activated. But what I love about this is you know, all right? So whether or not you're actually facing it yet, you know it's time to leave something. It's that energy of like, you've gotten all you can from a certain situation and you know it's time to leave. What also is interesting is this is ruled by Saturn in Pisces, and I do believe that Saturn is in Pisces right now. So wow, what a synchronicity. So Saturn in Pisces is really, really, really benefiting you right now. Also see what sign rules Saturn in your chart, because Saturn is our limitations and our fears and our blocks, and so much of that is connected to your shadow. So like I said, when you see your rising sign and you see the opposite of that, and then you connect that to your Saturn, it's going to unlock a lot, all right? Very interesting. But yeah, that Pisces full moon at the end of August really activated this knowing, okay? You're aware of what needs to change. You just have to actually embrace it, okay? And this is, yeah, the Five of Swords, okay? We need to stop the battle within us, okay? And especially when it's created to us shining our inner light, all of it is stemming from your shadow. Look at the similarities between these cards. All of this turmoil, all of this fighting, all of these power struggles, they're all coming from your shadow and not embracing your shadow. Okay, all of this clashing, all of this can be resolved by embracing our shadow side. Because then when we see our shadow, we see other people's shadows, and they don't have as much power over us. So not only will your shadow not have power over you, other people's projection won't have power over you. And also, Saturn, this is ruled by Saturn in Leo, okay? So again, a lot of Saturn energy, a lot of this shadow blocks. And a reminder too, that the devil is ruled by Capricorn, and that again, connected to that paradigm that is ending, okay? We need to end the shadow's power over us, okay? And embrace it. Please, please, please embrace it. Okay, what I love about this is the Ace of Wands is in the area where you can change, all right? This is inspiration, a new direction, and confidence, and getting out there and seizing new opportunities, especially when it's related to us shining our inner light and connecting to our passion in life, our fire inside, okay? This is all within your ability to change, okay? So yes, the devil being your situation, very, very powerful, but see the power in doing this work, how much it's going to empower you, okay? Easily changeable. That's the thing. All of this is not as hard as you're mentally making it, okay? Embrace it, okay? And this is, okay, I love this because again, this is what you need to accept. Also, the pages can be actual people in your life, okay? So if there is, this also can be your inner child though too. So I'm really connecting this to your inner child. I don't think this is necessarily a younger person in your life. Could be a child in your life, especially if you have a child with an earth sign. But I really think this is your inner child, okay? And what you need to accept is that you need to explore the things that can fuel your inner flame, okay? You can't keep doing the same thing that you're doing. You can't keep thinking the same things you're thinking, all right? You have to change something. And you can do that by exploring new things once you incorporate your shadow. Like, you have no idea how much that is going to supercharge and activate the Knight of Swords at the end of the month. So like I said, we're going to go into Scorpio season. Things are coming to an end. And with that, it is clearing the way for you, Libras, okay? This is charging forward. This is fast communication, all right? Not only fast communication, but confident communication. The Knight of Swords did their shadow work. They stand up for what they believe in, and they aren't taking anybody's BS, okay? Also, knights can be people in our lives, but I'm really getting this as being you. I think all of these court card energy is you, okay? This is you, all right? And your inner child and your inner flame, accepting what needs to be done and fueling it to be this Knight of Swords energy. The Knight of Swords is about justice and standing up for what they believe in. That is Libra, okay? Oh, love this so much. So let's see. We're going to see what energy is connected to the Five of Swords. I'm sorry, the Five of Wands and the Devil. That's really going to unlock this. But yeah, this is amazing, powerful energy, okay, Libras? So let's see what past life energy. Now, this past life can be an actual past life. It can be, if you're a parent, your life before children. It can be from childhood, your inner child. So take it as it resonates. But let's see what past life energy is going to unlock Libra's shadow side and embrace their shadow side. Okay, I'm going to take that back. What do Libras need What shadow aspect do Libras need to embrace from a past life that is going to supercharge that powerful energy that is calling for them to release? Oops. All right. What past life energy do Libras need to shine and liberate? All right. All right, we're going to do the one that is face down. All right, we got ships, which is interesting, connected to air. So let's take a look at what's going on here and if this can unlock something for you. Okay. So it says your prior lifetimes spent on ships brings this card to you today. As a former sailor, crew member, or ship passenger, you've had experience at sea that have exerted an influence on the situation you're inquiring about. You probably already have a sense of a type of life you had aboard these ships. The question now becomes how your experiences have affected your present life. Negative reactions such as fears and phobias, or positive reactions such as longings to travel or special affinity for the ocean, all may have arisen from a prior lifetime. Okay, so some sort of fear connected. So whatever this fear is, ponder on that, okay? Because it's really connected to that. Interesting. I also really think that this was the first card that popped out to upright, and I think this is really important too, and it's authority figures, especially because High Libra Justice. I'm almost getting the vibe too of, like, you know, being on a ship and there's like the ranks of different people on a ship, right? And like if there was some sort of injustice and you didn't feel like you had any control over it, that's really what I'm getting. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, this though is huge too, connected to your shadow, authority figures. All right, so again, like let's say too, in a past life you were an authority figure and you're feeling a lot of sense of injustice, you know, like the opposite of like what Libras strive for. It could be that in a past life you were on the other side of that, right? And you were the authority figure. And this is like, again, your shadow, Saturn learning your lessons. But whatever it is, you can embrace it, all right? And accept it and incorporate it, because it is going to power you up, okay? Okay, now let's see what empowering question is going to help Libras face their shadow side, embrace their shadow. Because, like, seriously, the power that you're going to get from this is going to be amazing. But yeah, especially that new moon solar eclipse is going to be the biggest aha moment for you, Libras, all right? So, like, you might be feeling that, you know, things that need to change, you know, you need to change, whether it's, you know, emotion, like how you're emotionally served, your thoughts, or like physically change, like something needs to change and you know it, you got to do it, okay? And also too, like when you do accept your shadow into yourself, the relationships that are meant to fall away are going to fall away, and the ones that are meant to stay are going to stay, okay? Oh, that's the other big thing about Pluto turning direct, is we're going to see a lot of endings and going into Scorpio. So Pluto going direct 10-10, but then when Scorpio season starts, we're going to see a lot of relationships, and they might have been relationships that were with us for a long time, okay? But there's going to be certain relationships that come to an end, and come to an end pretty abruptly, which is pretty interesting. All right, so Libras, empowering question for Libras for October 2023. Libras, October 2023. What is going to help empower Libras to face their shadow and accept themselves exactly who they are? Yeah, what's interesting too is Virgos, they got a lot of, oh my God. See, I was thinking too much about Virgos there. Hold on a second. Let me stop for a second. Virgo's got a lot of this finally loving themselves, embracing themselves, right? And so I love that the connection. And so too, if you're on the cusp, that's another point to bring up. If you're on the cusp of Virgo and Libra, this is some really strong energy of self-love and loving every aspect of who you are. Because that's the most important relationship is our love. All right. So exactly what you need. All right, Libras, your empowering question. What is my life like when it is in balance? What is my life like when it is in balance? So when you are feeling your Libra energy, that inner light shining exactly how it needs to shine, what is your life like when it's in balance, okay? And then think about that. When your life has been in balance, you know, how did you treat yourself? If you got even journal entries, like from a time in your life where you really felt aligned with your Libra energy, with your inner light, your inner child, if you have something, like, go back and read those journals, okay? And see how you talk to yourself, because that's so important, okay? Okay, so next we're going to pull a crystal card. This is actually becoming one of the longer readings, which is great though. I just feel like you really need some encouragement to face that shadow. So what crystal energy is going to aid Libras in their shadow work? What crystal energy is going to aid Libras in their shadow work for October 2023? Libras. Libras 2023. Libras 2023. Libras 2023 crystal energy. You know, I just got to, oh my God, Blue Oyster Cult, I think. Don't Fear the Reaper. Like if you're ever, you know, also too, listen to Doja Cat's new album. If you really need to harness that, embracing that dark energy that is a part of who you are, okay? I haven't listened to it, but I also have a 5-year-old, and so I'm sure I will need to wait until I can listen to it when I have alone time. Oops. All right. So the crystal energy that is going to aid you is knowing, which is celestite. Oh, I'm sorry, celestite. So celestite is knowing. What I love, this is a lot of, like I said, this is so connected to you and your Libra energy. Look at this air energy. Like this is very Libra-esque, okay? So knowing, you know, all right? You know. So I think that this celestite is really going to unlock that inner knowledge, that high priestess that was popping out, okay? You know what you need to do, all right, Libras? You know what you need to do. So let's get one clarifying card for Libras to close this out for October 2023. Tarot. One clarifying card for Libras that is going to, wow, oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. You got the Tower as your clarifier. All right, and then while I was trying to... This popped out too. This is some Tower energy with relationships, Libra. All right. Be the lightning bolt to change, though. Do that shadow work, all right? Because this Tower moment is going to unlock everything that you believe in, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, Libras, please do like, comment, and share with other people that you think it might resonate with. Also, please subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot on YouTube so you get notifications of when new videos pop up. And as always, check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more in-depth look at the week ahead. And also, I'm asking everybody to take a look at their Pluto. So see what sign rules Pluto on your chart, and then watch that corresponding video if you can. And if you don't know what sign rules Pluto on your chart, I always link Pam Gregory's free birth chart in every video description. So yeah, this is life-changing, Libras. Embrace everything. Embrace who you are, okay? I'm giving you a virtual hug right now. I hope you can feel it. And enjoy your October, all right? It's going to be liberating, Libras.